That's recording. Okay, it says record. Press that middle button and that will start recording.
Okay, so it's on.
Should go green solid or green flashing.
Just.
So you've got indicator light. So when you plug your electrics into your car, that will indicate, you'll hear a manual self-test. So you hear it going click, click, click. And then that will come on green light. Okay? It's either green solid, which okay, that's done. It's done its full checks, ready to go. Green flashing light hasn't quite completed its test, but normally by driving forward about 100 yards, that will go solid, and that's okay. It's done its full checks. If it goes red, that means there's either a fault or it hasn't completed its check. So normally, if you just pull your electrics out of your car, then plug them back in again, it normally resets. If it doesn't, that means obviously there's still a fault there, and the brakes haven't been applied, so you can still drive with it, but the system won't be working. Okay, so it's still workable. So you're going back to like your old caravan, whereas you've got no system there at all.
Right. Okay.
And obviously you need to get it checked out.
Yeah,
If it's flashing red, that means that it may have applied the brakes to the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you can try and pull your electrics out of your car to see if it will reset. If it's flashing red, obviously, as I said, it may have applied the brakes. So you don't move it. Best thing to do is, if you can, check underneath just to see if the brakes have been applied. If the brakes have been applied, obviously you can't move it. Okay. The only way of either an engineer coming in and resetting it, or the only other way is there's a bolt that operates. There's like a unit at the back of the braking system. You have to undo that, take that bolt out. If you can do that, otherwise it's leave that to an engineer or something to do that, to be able to move it.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
But the normal one, that's a looking one.
No.
You've got a pump on the end of here.
Right.
Okay. There is an onboard pump as well. Okay. So the onboard pump runs your water system. The pump on the end of that is only for filling your tank.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a control inside for the water pump. That's okay.
That's it, yeah.
That's like ours.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what you have got here is two inlets.
Yeah.
Okay. You got this one that says direct to tap.
Right.
Okay. So that plugging into there, all that will do is run the system as you would do off an Acro.
Yeah.
The top one,
Yeah.
direct to tank. Okay. So all that one is there for is for filling your tank. Okay.
That's the main one we normally use.
Yeah.
Right.
The bottom one is your normal from your Acro through your system, hot water tank, and everything.
Yeah.
The top one is just to fill your tank.
Is that inboard tank?
Yeah, your onboard tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not your hot water tank, just your fresh water tank. Okay.
Right.
When would we use that?
Well, if some people use them in the winter, so you've got an onboard tank that's obviously a bit more insulated than your Acro that may freeze.
Right.
Or if you use the shower on board, what you can do is fill your tank up, fill your Acro up, and obviously fill your tank up first, fill your Acro back up again, and plug it into the bottom one. So what you can do is use that Acro. If you're using a shower on board, obviously you can use quite a bit of water, can't you?
Yeah.
So you've got that much water in there, so you can use that. If you start to run out, you can switch over on the switch off your main tank. So you've got like the equivalent of two Acros. One on board, one off board.
So would you say it's worthwhile when we're on
if
site?
If you're on to the site without no proper water running through into that, we could do it that way as well, couldn't we?
Yeah.
But before we move off, we've got to empty that inboard tank.
Yes, I would, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is emptying that inboard tank the same as emptying that tank? Is the two switches?
Yeah, exactly. They're both together. I'll show you.
There's one marked which one's which.
Yeah, no, they're not. But I'll show you which one's which.
Okay, right.
But it is.
So I am right.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And that's the flue for the gas fire.
Yeah, that's the flue for your gas fire there.
Yeah.
Or your boiler.
Yeah.
This one here is an outlet for a shower.
Right. Okay.
So if you've got a dog or you've got dirty shoes, you can wash that off if you wanted to by using that one there. So it does run off the cold water system, so it's not warm.
Okay.
Okay. There is an attachment for it under your bed in your pack.
Oh, there is one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it comes with it.
Oh, so we've got two showers.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's it.
You'll
So
show
why
outside if you can.
I'm going to say the other way round myself, but I think we'll see.
Oh, that's it.
That's
Right.
it.
That fresh water is saying it's empty.
Yeah, fresh water tanks is empty at the moment.
Right,
So
right, yeah.
12 volt system, switch on and off.
Yeah.
Water pump showing is on at the moment. 240 is connected. Leisure battery is connected.
Right.
Fresh water tank is empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Press the view levels. That will show you what that is anyway. Also, it shows you your leisure battery, which is showing 14 volts. Obviously ours because it's going through charge at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Okay. You also got a full tank button. That's it really.
Right.
Okay. You can when your vehicle is connected, you can obviously operate off that if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't. But it's one of the things. It's still an option that they seem to put on these things. But
Okay.
probably best not to if you wanted to drive your car home at the end of the
Okay.
end of the week. Okay. Right, your water system. We'll go through that one next. Okay, there's your onboard tank. Okay, we talked about drains before. The one on the right drains your freshwater tank.
Okay.
Okay, the one on the left that drains your
The main tank.
Yeah, the main tank in the rest of your system.
Okay, so it's the left one we've got to muck around with all the time.
Yeah, so that's draining your hot water
Okay.
and your rest of your system. So obviously, to drain them, obviously, you just lift them up
Yeah,
like
lift
you would
them
use on your
up,
last one, and
push back,
open your taps fully to make sure that they will drain out.
Okay.
Also, the lever you've got here,
Yeah.
we were talking before about going from swapping from onboard tank to Acrol.
Yeah.
Is that switch there? At the moment it's pointing towards your Acrol. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's using your Acrol. If it points down, that means it's using your onboard tank or you're filling your onboard tank.
Okay.
Okay, there is an info note there, look, to tell you which position it needs to be in.
Oh, great stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
That's lovely.
So to get the water in and be exactly the same that you would have done previously, so open your taps, get all the air out of the system. Okay, so if you're using the Acrol, obviously you've got that white position pointing towards it. Switch your water pump on, get all the air out of the system. You're happy how to do that, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, to fill your onboard tank, okay, is white knob pointing down.
Yeah.
Press the button, fill tank. Okay,
Okay.
obviously the pump has got to be in the top connection outside
Yeah. Right.
to fill
So-
the tank.
The main water going into the main tank from the Acrol,
Yeah.
right? Do we have to push any buttons on up there?
Yeah, to fill your tank, you have to
That's the
you
fill
have to
tank one.
yeah, you have to press the
Every
fill
time you've
tank.
got a full tank, so
Yeah, so to top your tank
so
up,
that's a good idea, really.
yeah, it won't automatically switch itself off. So you have to keep an eye on it, see where the level's getting up to, and you switch it off by pressing the fill tank off.
So if I
Okay.
press the fill tank, now,
Yeah,
can
it,
I
won't- it
fill
won't it
up?
won't do anything at the moment because it's not plugged into
So
the top one.
you know when you're filling it up,
Yeah.
you're going to press fill the tank.
Yeah.
So does it go up in stages in there to show you or not?
No, what you've got to do is keep checking the view levels to see where the tank's getting up to. So you press the filter.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah. So you look at
Right,
that.
yeah,
To see
yeah.
where it's up to, and then switch it off when it gets obviously near full.
Great stuff.
It won't overflow into the van. It's got to overflow out of the van.
Yeah, right.
So onto the ground outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then all you do to use it is just as long as that white one's pointing down, you just open the taps and away it goes because the onboard pump just push it in. Okay. If you want to use the Acrol, you turn it back to pointing out towards the Acrol.
We'll keep it on the Acrol
Yeah.
for the time being.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Happy with that bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Good. What
Yeah.
I'll do is your heating system next.
Okay.
This is this control panel here.
Right. Okay.
So what we've got at the bottom left here is your on-off button,
Right.
and what it's showing on the screen at the moment, obviously because it's on. Top left is your circulation pump.
Right.
So that's circulating around your central heating.
Okay.
Top right is your 240 is connected. Then the next line down is the temperature room. So it's got a little thermometer inside the house. That's showing
Right.
you what the temperature is in the room at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Okay. To switch it on electrically. You've got your consumer unit down here in the wardrobe. Okay. So space heater and water heater, obviously on the previous unit, obviously had a fire and a boiler separate. So they've still got the two switches there at the moment. Okay. So if you have a look at the control panel now, let's switch these off. See the power's gone off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plug's gone off, I should say.
Yeah.
Let's switch that back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just going to see if we can find.
That's on.
So actually, the one on the right's actually not doing anything. So it's actually the one that says space heater
Okay.
is the one that's actually doing anything.
Right. So what's the other one then?
So that's just a spare one really, even though it just still says water heater on it. It is one.
So we use the middle one.
Yeah, so that one there.
That's on and off.
Yeah. So if you want to run your heating and on electric, that needs to be on. So orange button on,
Right.
heating's on. Okay.
Yeah.
While we're here, obviously we'll just show you the rest of the consumer unit. Charger button. So if that's switched on, your charger will charge your battery.
Yeah.
When you're obviously plugged into 240. Reverse polarity is just a light. So if you go on the continent, now obviously they tend to wire things slightly different than us. Then you plug your electrics in, come here, have a look. If that is lit, it is reversed. So what you need is an adapter to operate off their electrics.
Okay.
Okay, 240 trips,
Yeah.
12 volt fuses.
Right.
Okay, you have got an info note here, look. It tells you what they're connected to.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
And also you got a system shutdown button. What that does is it shuts all the 12 volt systems. So normally when you're in storage, you're not using it. you can press that button, that shuts down all the 12-volt systems.
Right.
Okay? And
Okay.
obviously, if you come to use it again, you need to obviously switch it back on.
Right,
again.
now that solar panel,
Yes.
right, is charging the battery,
Yeah.
shall we say, not 24 hours a day, but most
Yeah.
of the day.
Well, yeah. Once you've got reasonable light.
Yeah. But does that show up on there as well or not?
No, it doesn't show on that, no.
Okay.
There is
So where would we know that
a
wasn't
little unit
working?
there that I'll show you.
Oh, all
I'll
right.
show you in a second.
Okay.
Okay, obviously while we're still here as well, you got your
Some water in
that's
there.
that's your expansion tank for your LD system for your heating, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, it has got a mixture of water and antifreeze in there, so you don't need to drain that down for winter. So obviously it's got antifreeze in it.
Right.
Okay, before you
So-
start, make sure it is when it's cold, it's just above the minimum mark. So there's your minimum mark. Look, make sure it's say your finger's width, just above that, before you start. And obviously as it warms up, it'll expand into that tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when nothing's switched on, we come on, we switch on,
Yeah.
and that'll be down the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. When it's cold, that should be just above minimum.
Right. Should
Okay. Yeah.
Should be.
Should be.
Okay.
If it's dropped,
Do we
if
ever
it-
have
if
to
it-
top that up or anything?
You may have to. You may have to.
But how do we top it up?
Oh, I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, sorry.
I was at the end of it. That's all right. That's no worries. This comes off here. What we do is unscrew the top, and you can top it up there. Best to have a word with service just to make sure you get the right mixture of antifreeze and water before you do
But
top it up.
when we bring it in for service, would they do it automatically?
No, it is. What it tends to be is it has a life of, I'm not sure what it is, the first fill, 2 or 3 years I think it is, the
Right.
first fill, and then you can have it drained, and then I think you can get a 5 or 10 year life one after that.
Oh, that's all right. then.
Yeah, so you can, it's not
So
an
if
every
I've
year.
had
It's
2
not an
years,
every
we're
year.
safe,
Yeah,
and then have it checked
have it
on
checked.
the 3rd year. Like.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Obviously, it's similar to your car, isn't it? After a certain period of time, the antifreeze isn't as effective.
Okay.
Okay,
Right. Yeah.
right. So we'll carry
I'm
on.
glad you've done that.
Yeah,
That thing there.
in there.
Right.
To change any settings, press the menu button. What we've got here is the top one is your temperature, so
Right.
whatever temperature you want to set the room. Okay, so all you do is just press that button, press the screen, so up or down. 30 maximum, 5 is the minimum. Can't physically switch it off. If you've got the water heating on, or the system on, it will automatically heat your water. You can't physically switch the heating off, if you know what I mean. So all you do, okay, if you look at that now, obviously it's showing 21 degrees in here,
Yeah.
and your circulation pump's going.
Right.
If you don't want the heating to be operating, all you do is just bring the temperature below what the room temperature says.
21.
So you could bring it all the way down to 5 if you wanted to,
No.
or just bring it
Yeah.
down to something like that. Circulation pump's now off, so that's your heating off now.
Yeah.
So you haven't actually switched it off. All you're doing is just bring the temperature lower. If now the temperature drops down to that temperature,
It'll
then
kick,
it will allow it to come back
it's
on again.
basically like the heating system we've got at
Yeah,
home,
so
isn't
it allows it to come
right.
back on again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just bring that back up again.
Right.
So as I said, the water will as soon as you switch an energy on of electric or gas, it will automatically start heating the water. Okay.
Right.
is that
What
going forward?
temperature does the water get to?
It's usually around about 70 degrees.
Oh, so it's
It's easy. Okay, so you see that the circulation is on now again. Okay, because I brought the temperature above
yeah.
what the room temperature is. The next one down is not switching your water heating on or off. Well, what it is, it's already on. Okay. If I do that, that's actually boosting the water heating now. Okay.
Ah, that's
So
good.
what that does, it boosts the water heating for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Battery outside for you.
Oh, battery. Okay, thanks. Obviously, he has remembered. So what that does is boost the water heating for 30 minutes. Okay. So
Yeah.
what it does then, if I look back now, the circulation pump's gone off. Okay. So what it's doing is switching the heating side of it off because it's concentrating all the heating on hot water.
Yeah.
It will run for 30 minutes unless you switch it off, obviously. And after 30 minutes, it will switch itself off and then allow the heating to come back on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. You cannot switch the water heating off. If you've got any of the energies running, it will automatically water heating will come on.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. The next two is what energy you're going to use. So at the moment it's running on 1 kilowatt of electric. We'll switch it off. Or we can get 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. Or gas, which is on at the moment, or off, or on. Okay, you can run it on both if you want to, or either or. All depends on what time of year really it is really. If it's a really cold time of the year, you may want to run it on electric and gas. Okay. So obviously, because if you imagine it's obviously trying to heat the room up and the water at the same time. If you imagine the cold water and cold air,
Yeah.
it's going to struggle on 3 kilowatts to.
Right.
It'll warm it up gradually, but it's not going to give you